All right, Lagos, it is 25 minutes going to be 5. You're tuned in to personal finance. And today we're going to be talking about how it is we can make investments or at least have some, make some headway, even if we do not have enough money in our pockets. And discussing that, even if on a tight budget or salary, we'll be looking at how we can make such investments on the stock market as well. But my guest joining me this evening and shedding light on how this could be possible, you might wonder, right? Is that even possible? Well, I have Karla Nwaeke. She's the founder of Bitsave Protocol, and she is going to be sharing insights on how we can do this. Hi, Karla. Good evening, and good to have you with me.
Thank you so much. Good evening. Thanks for having me. It's great to be on this live.
All right, Lagos. Don't forget that you can be a part of this conversation. 0911 That is the number you can use to share your thoughts. And talking about sharing your thoughts, Karla, I absolutely need to ask this. Is it really possible for an average Nigerian worker whose own minimum wage is below 100,000 naira to start investing in shares? Is that even something that one wants to start thinking about?
Yeah, it is. And I think when we get into the conversation, you guys will understand. You would understand why it is very possible. And in fact, it is people like that that should even do that more.
You don't say. I would have thought that, okay, because they earn next to nothing, that should not, rather, they should be looking at things that they should be earning every day, making some sort of change. But now you say, okay, that is something that they should be looking at. That is strange. Could you expatiate on that, please?
Okay, thank you. So the thing is this, what is an investment? When we talk about investments, most people's mind is, stock, buy
Right.
stocks,
Mm-hmm.
bonds, and stuff like that, or you buy land and oil. And in the crypto space, if you're a crypto savvy, you are thinking of buying Bitcoin so it goes up, or Ethereum, or any of the other tokens, or sort of trading and all. But actually, investment is something in a natural sense, something you put money into to get returns, right? And
Right.
investment for someone who is earning under 100,000 naira, an investment for somebody who has $100 million at their disposal are two different things. So the narrative or the formula I give is
Mm-hmm.
this: if you have one source of income, if you have
Right.
just one source of income, the investments that you should make are on your skills. If you have two
Okay.
sources of income, the investments you should make are on relationships. And then when you have more than two sources of income, that's when you do investments like, crypto, buying Bitcoin, buying an asset,
Mhm.
buying a land, and stuff like that. The reason is because you would only be able to invest commensurate to the income that you get. So
Okay.
there are certain investments that are they are high not high risk per se, but they are high capital. If you don't
Okay.
have that amount, the kind of investment you should start doing is on yourself to be able to build value that gives you those kind of high capital. So the three strategies I always give is when people come to tell me that I want to invest in crypto and stuff, I ask them, first thing I ask is, how many sources of income do you have? If you have one source of income and you
Right.
want to get into the Web3 space or blockchain, the kind of investment you should begin making is investment on education, on learning, on reading, on interning, on service. Those are the kind of investments. But the sad thing is, a lot of Africans don't see that as investment. So when we say investment, we're all just going into buying stocks and bonds and lands and stuff like that.
Hmm.
Those things are just instruments. They're just investment instruments. What to you right now, where
Yeah.
you are, what's an investment to you that will give you a return for getting another income? That's the kind of investment you should start doing when you have just one source of income. and it's
Mm,
mostly on your skill, on your own self.
mm. All
Do you
right.
get it now?
I get that absolutely. Initially, I was just thinking, okay, should one even be doing that kind of thing with that kind of? But now it makes a whole lot of sense. It makes a whole lot of sense, and I'm sure that Lagos would love to learn more on how, even with the small, next to nothing, you can actually make sense of your investments. But we'll take a quick breather. When we get back in, we'll continue the conversation. Lagos, don't move a muscle. Just a quick breather. We're back in.
One. Love music, love life. The 32nd year of the
Sorry, just have
Samsung
a
Sims Partnership
quick
Anniversary
bill to
promo
pay,
is
and we're
here
back in.
from August
So under a second,
25th to
or rather
September
under a minute.
6th,
Okay,
2025.
okay.
30% on our Samsung range of products like televisions, air conditioners, refrigerators, washing machines, mobile phones, and lots more. Hurry! Visit any of our Sims Digital Centers at Cathy Street, Alausa, Allen, Ikeja City Mall, Omole, Oba, Apple Junction, Aguda, Surulere, Victoria Island, and Aja. For more details, call 9010376670 or 7000307467 or visit www.simsng.com. Terms and conditions apply. Samsung Sims Partnership, celebrating Africa's longest running Samsung relationship. It's all about your finances made easy because financial education is about not working for money. For money, personal finance on Smooth 98.1.
All right, Lagos, the second half of personal finance. And my guest this evening is in the person of Karla Nwaeke. She is the founder of Bitsave Protocol, and she has already started giving us insights on, hey, even how you need to start saving, even on a tight budget, income, salary, whatever it is you make, you can actually save something. All right. So, Karla, yes, we were talking about how it is we should actually be saving a little thing. And I liked how you broke it down for us. So, for a beginner who is thinking of expanding, I know how you said, okay, so you either upskill on your skills, you upskill on your network, and then you upskill before you start thinking of other kinds of investments, right? Or either getting land, crypto and all that kind of stuff. For a beginner who is just trying to start out to make investments, is it wiser to invest in a big blue chip companies or to try smaller growth stocks?
Okay, thank you. One thing I would say is investments don't really favor small incomes. Um,
Mm,
you would be better off, except you have like at least $10,000 or okay, let's say one. At least you have
okay.
in the in the landscape of things. Okay, let's say you have maybe at least a thousand
Right.
dollars, then you probably would enjoy that. But what I would advise, it would be better to if you don't have up to that, it would be better to invest in a business in your locality. And
Mm,
that's why I give the strategy of number two, which is if you have two sources of income, begin to invest in relationships with people. There you could
right.
find people you could partner with and then invest in a business, even if you probably would not have the time to run it. Give you a very good example. You find a girl who is very good with making hair and she's making hair on the streets. You start with the
Right.
first part of that kind of investment. All right, so let's put a shop for you. How much is it going to cost? Maybe 300K. You furnish a very small shop and then you begin to help her do marketing, right? And then
Mm,
for every week she returns a certain amount to you. You own the shop, right? She doesn't own it or something, but you've given her a space where she could begin to do have a lot more clients than she would, and then you could even start some sort of internship thing where you get some other people who want to learn how to make hair. You bring them in. Those are investments, right? But once you don't have up to $1,000 to start investing
right. But you're still making some sort of investments anyway. It's not like the major things. or major chip, big blue chip companies that you're investing in, but you're making investments? Hi, Carla, you still there? Mm. Seems the gremlins have gotten to
One of the
Carla's.
goal of investment is to have. Sorry, am I breaking? Okay, I think I was.
You're
Sorry.
off for a bit.
One
Go ahead, go ahead.
okay, one of the goal of investment is cash flow. You want constant cash flow. You want to be able
Okay.
to have money on a weekly basis, on a daily basis, on a monthly basis, right? So
Mm,
those kind of investments are what you do first. Then if you have above $1,000,
mm-hmm.
the investment sort of understand that you are going to let that money go. Let it be money that you can afford
Afford to let go.
first thing. Once you
Mm,
understand that, it would better. Also, you need to get a finance manager if you're not so cool with everything. But once you understand that, you'd be at peace, and you look at money beyond the you'll see it more as a tool, right, than as a status thing. So I say that because
okay.
investments are like seeds. When you plant a seed in the ground, it dies
Okay.
first. It dies and then begins to,
Before it
from that death
regenerates.
there's a growing, yes. So that the body turns into the stems and the roots, and it starts growing, and it takes a while, takes some time before it starts yielding fruits, and then you have more seeds from those fruits. That is how investment are supposed to work. So if you're not ready to let it die, then don't go into those kind of investments. Do investments that you can see. Another
Okay.
reason is also because um, when you are planting, you want to make sure you're on good soil, right? You also want to
Mm,
make sure, okay, this kind of seed, is it the one that will give me returns in 3 months, or is it and then before I start seeing returns in 2 years, but in that 2 years, just like trees, when you plant trees, like 2 years, there's no turn, but on second start and every for the rest of that tree you would have identified this one I'm about to do. What's the return? Good. A lot of times when what people person and what then people person and like like this for this guy, go
mm. Okay. Hopefully Carla's network will be stable and then she can reconnect. But in the meantime, I'm hoping that the Gremlins will let us have a great conversation. And if you still tuned in, you're tuned into Personal Finance here in Smooth 98.1. And today we're taking a look at how you can make sense of investments, even if you have a tight salary or tight budget and the likes, and the kind of investments that you want to be diving into. My guest is Karla Nwaeke. She is the founder of Bitsave Protocol, and hey, she's been giving great insights. Carla, you back with me? Hopefully
yes, I
network.
am. Sorry, oh my internet is not cool.
Yeah, I could.
Like
It's
I'm in
fine.
Ghana for a conference and it's not cool at all. Sorry about that.
No, it's fine. It's fine. So, let's pick up from where you were at. So, you're giving us insights, especially how we can make sense of our funds, even if we cannot dive into the big blue chip companies, but still make some investments with people within our environment. As they say, start small and grow. Hi, Carla.
Sorry. Can you
You
hear me
can,
now?
yes, I can
Hi.
hear you now. Hello. Hmm. Not sure what's happening again. It's muted
Hear me
at the
now.
moment. Um,
Can you hear me
Hi.
now?
Awesome. Yes, I can hear you now.
Yeah, I can hear you now. Oh,
Uh,
Lord. Okay.
we'll make do with
Thank you.
whatever we can.
Thank you for the patience. My goodness. Internet here is not cool at all. It's all
So,
good.
all right. I'm sorry you have to go through that, but yeah, let's make do with what we can.
Yes, please.
So, whilst it is as a salary earner or maybe a low income earner, you are thinking of making
Yeah.
investments. What exactly is the difference between making long-term investments and short-term investments? Which really would you say it? I don't know. Would I say it's safer, or would you just suggest is the best one to pick depending on their circumstances?
Oh, okay. I would say the best one to pick should be crypto, Bitcoin and Ethereum and any other research that it can put into it. And I would
Mm-hmm.
say that because this is not financial advice. So not FA. There's something we say in crypto space. Not FA. Go do your own research. But it's not financial advice. So please go and do your own research. I'm
Right.
only telling you from my own experience, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I've been in the space since 2016, and
Okay.
I've really spent it. I've gone through the different cycles, the bear market and the bull market. I've seen the ups and downs, right? So if you are earning, if you don't earn so much right now, the investment you can begin to do is the investment of research of knowledge. So the
Mm.
first thing, take out 1 month to look for
Okay.
communities to join, Web3 communities to join on WhatsApp, on
Okay.
Telegram. Spend time in the chats. Take out
Mm.
time and spend in the chats. Read the conversations. Go on Twitter. I use X a lot. Join the different forums and sort of like this is the real education. Like go through the different white papers. Spend 1 month doing this research, both research in the theoretical aspect and
Mm-hmm.
research in the community aspect. The second month, what you should begin to do now is invest. Now the investment is not like $100 or something. It's like $10 buying
Okay.
maybe Ethereum or a token of the chain that you are doing research on and paying gas fees to interact with that chain. Trying to go through the process of converting your naira to crypto. See how it is. Go through the process of using a decentralized exchange to do some trades and losing some money. That's the first part of investment that you should begin doing. That is still research, but now in the practical level. That's for the second month. Do this for a while. So let's say you earn a certain amount of money. I give this appropriation um, rule to our community members in the Bitsave community. We
Okay.
tell them, I tell them, once you have income, this is how you should do your income. 20%, I'm sorry, 30% is for savings. So
Mm-hmm.
it's the savings is not about how much you earn. It's about a principle. 20%, 30% is for savings, 30% is for expenses, and then 30% is for investments. And then if you're a
Mm.
Christian, 10% is your tithe. If you're not a Christian, you could, give 10% or
Right.
something, but basically go somewhere. So those are the rules that I give. So from the allocation from investment, that's what you put into buying these tokens in crypto, maybe buying a
Mm-hmm.
little bit of these things and interacting and using the platform, getting information, participating on chain. You don't understand how to use your wallet, how to save your private keys and stuff like that. Then
Mm-hmm.
the third month, you begin to do internship work, apply for different ambassadorial programs, whether they're going to pay you or not. You want to
Okay.
begin building your social profile. You want to begin having a niche for yourself in the space. Take what you do in real life and mix mix it with the on-chain community, with the Web3
Right.
community on X. Use X. Join your let people know you in the begin to contribute. That way you would get access to information that could lead you to jobs. You could get ideas to say, I want to start this up and I need funding. You could you,
Right.
you could the if you go through this 1 quarter activity, that activity that you went through is what I talked about when I said the first investment you should be making if you have only one source of income is in the investment
Is in.
of your skill in
Mm,
yourself. So if
mhm.
you do this for 3 months, sorry, yeah, if you do this for 3 months, there's no way on the fourth month you wouldn't have had another source of income.
Something. Right, right, right.
Then
Okay.
after you now have that new source of income, then you can now
We
say,
can
okay, let's look at investments in physical stuff first before you go to the bonds and stocks and all the digital stuff.
before you
That,
diversify
that's the
your
travel.
portfolio. That's great. Well, that's great advice. And so for someone who is eager to get into this space, to get into your space, to learn more, how can they reach out to you on your social media handles to better understand so that they are not scammed by any random mark?
Okay, cool. Cool. So I think there's a lot of energy on TikTok for crypto related stuff. So if you use TikTok, I am Karla God. You would see it, you would see me. Just search for Karla God. On Twitter, I'm Karla God. On Instagram, I am Karla God. So on all social media platforms, KarlaGod.
Okay.
That's me. So you'd find me. You can send me a DM. I'm releasing a couple of videos um, very soon. So some of the things that I've even said here, I'll share more and
Insight on
reiterate
those.
on them. And then if you're on Telegram, you could just search for Bitsave. We have a community called the Bitsave community. There you could search and learn how to grow your own personal finance. That's it. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for your time, and I hope you have a great time in Ghana. And hey,
Yeah,
get all
thank
the
you.
insight
I
that you
will.
need.
Thank you so much.
So thank you so much for your time. Lagos, that's the much we can take today on personal finance. And as you know, so much more ahead. So for you, on